Hi guys, PJ here. Today I'm working on a 2004 CLK, that's Mercedes CLK, and I'm going to be showing you very quickly how to remove the factory fitted radio from this. There's a fair bit of dismantling involved, but nothing too serious. I've made a very early start because I need two hands just to be able to do this first bit. So first of all, you're going to need a couple of bits and bobs. You're going to need a plastic leverage tool such as this Bojo tool. These are available from Amazon, eBay, normally £1, and basically they will lever plastic trim out without making a dint or a mark on it. Do not use a metal screwdriver, you will definitely damage the trim on the vehicle. Okay, so once you've got one of these, what you can do, there's a couple of ways of doing this first piece, yeah? Now you can either lever it under the edges here to pop it, or if you open the ashtray, you can sort of pull them. You pull it up and out, look, like so. Once you've released that section of it, you can put your fingers underneath and pop out this piece. It's on little, see the little shiny clips there around the edge? And it just pops out, yeah? Then you're free to remove this wooden section by feeding it through and out as such, because like I say, it's just on, there you go, little spring clips, lot, dead easy. Little lug at the back, so obviously don't pull the back up first because you'll snap the lug off, yeah? So start by the edge that I showed you, or the very front, put your fingers under where the ashtray is and just pop it up. So that piece comes off. Don't break any, because these, although technically are available from Mercedes, are all cut from the same tree and then laminated. So in other words, you're not going to match the wood effect. If actually you do break any, you will not be able to order a piece that matches exactly. So be very careful with them, and hence the reason for buying a 99p pry tool as opposed to using a screwdriver and wrecking something up. I will just point out that I'm not liable for any damage to your vehicle or personal injury sustained from following this video guide. You do so at your own risk. If unsure, seek professional help. Okay, next up we've got our ashtray. Now all you do with the ashtray, it's very simple. There's a plastic lug here and a plastic lug here, and those plastic lugs need to be brought forward very slightly. So if you put your plastic pry tool behind it and just lever it 1 millimetre forwards, or sometimes you can even just grab the base of it and pull it forward and it will come out just like this one has. This one I've not used any leverage tool at all, it's just come out. There's the lugs, look, just there, look, see those? Very simple and straightforward. On the back of it you've got your wiring connector for your fag lighter, which you will need to unplug. That simply pulls out, so just unplug that so you've got a bit of space. You don't have to unplug it, I mean you can just leave it to the side if you really want to. Just makes life a little bit easier. You've got a little light as well on the top there that just pulls out. It's up to you really if you want to leave it in or not. It's just normally it's better off out of the way. Right, that gains you access then to the lower console area. If we go down here, if the camera will show me, can I get a bit of light there for you maybe? There we go. You got a TX20, yeah? Torque screw to undo, one each side. So let's get those out now. You want the one on the far right there, okay? Undo that and undo the one on the corresponding side. Okay, so with both screws removed from up and under here, one on each side, yeah? This whole panel will now be loose, yeah? Now, bear in mind you've got wiring connectors on the back of this, and you've also got an airbag light connector. Do not have your ignition on when you unplug anything from the back of it, otherwise you will throw up the airbag warning light. Okay, and you don't want that, you'll have to get it reset by a garage. Right, basically just pull it. There you go, give it a bit of a wiggle. And if we look around the back here, we can see all our connectors to unplug, because you're going to need to unplug them. There's not enough gap to get the thing out. Just watch when you take it out, none of the edging, the metal clips rub on anything, you don't want to damage anything. Right, so with ignition off, bearing in mind you've probably got your key in the ignition still, because you'll need your gear lever in the middle to clear enough space for it to pull out, yeah. On an auto you've got to put your ignition on, press the foot brake in, stick it in the middle, yeah, and then turn your ignition back off again, but your key won't come out because obviously you're not in park. So just leave it like that, with your ignition lights off, yeah. Then pinch your connector that's stopping it from coming out of the way, which is quite tricky one-handed, so I'm just going to undo these connectors now. And there we go. We've unplugged the connector from the top here, the heater connector, which is on a little rotary clip there, very simple. Before you just spin it round, press the button in at the top and it pops out, and also a little auxiliary connector from here. Once you've done that, you're free to remove this panel. Remember, do not switch your ignition on at all. You can then expose TX20s, again one We've got one missing. No, 1, 2 here, one each side, and sometimes they have the lower ones, but this particular car's not got them, so obviously somebody's had this in bits in the past. Pull this out. So with our 2 TX20 screws removed, one each side, yeah, you can pull the whole assembly out complete with pocket, and then on the rear there you're free to unplug your ISO connections. This one's on normal ISOs, and you've got a FACRA aerial connector. So because you've got a FACRA aerial connector, you are going to need a FACRA aerial adapter. I can give you the part number for one of those. This one's made by Auto Leads, and it is PC5111. And there we go. If you've got this far, you'll successfully remove the radio from your Mercedes. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.